Disney gave us something that was beyond our wildest dream. Disney pixie dusted us, y'all. Has this ever happened to you? We couldn't believe it happened to us. So let's get right into the story. Thank you all for joining us on this video. I'm Jason, this is my wife Melody, and we're with Nash Disney Explorers. So the story begins back in February of 2020. We went to Disney World, and we had the time of our lives. In fact, we had such a magical experience that we wanted to go more often, so we decided to buy annual passes. Our next trip was planned for spring break, which was March for us, and they told us that we could apply what we paid in February to our annual pass that we'll purchase in March. Well, all was well at that time, but we know what happened in 2020 around that time. The pandemic hit and everything got shut down. So of course our trip got canceled and we were so devastated. But of course we understood the circumstances. We just kind of figured out that we just missed out on the opportunity. But Melody was relentless in her attempts. So Melody, why don't you share with us kind of the story, what happened and what went on?
We went on a trip. And we got home, and within like a couple days, Disney back in the day would honor the tickets that you just bought and basically transfer them over to an annual pass. So after we went in February of 2020, we decided to do that transfer of our regular tickets into an annual pass. And we planned a trip for March. And so when I called the call center, I talked to a really nice lady at the call center. So she gave us a special number that we needed to show to the customer service desk before we actually went into the parks on our March trip. Well, y'all know what happened. COVID happened, and it was a big, ginormous mess. And everybody was sad, and I just wanted the annual passes, right? We were all sad about COVID. COVID was going on, and I just wanted to make sure the annual passes were okay. So I called them, and the lady on the phone says, yes, when Disney World opens back up, we'll still honor that, even though you're all not coming till March, because there was a certain time period that we had to book our next vacation to get that deal. So we've got March, April, May, June, July. So there's 5 months that the pandemic went on that Disney World was not open. And I called them literally every single month to make sure that we were still going to get this awesome deal where we're going to get our tickets transferred over into annual passes, and so that we could go on another trip to Disney. So after calling the call center a whole bunch of times, I got every single time was great, except for I got one rude person, and I was kind of sad about that, but I never gave up. I literally sat on the phone for more than 20 hours on hold before I talked total time over this last 5 months, 20 hours. And the last time I called, I talked to one of the people on the phone, and it was a supervisor. I explained to her what was happening, and she says the only way to make this work for y'all is to literally refund your previous trip, which is our tickets and everything, and then give you gift cards, comp them, like totally refund that to gift cards for you, and then comp your whole family annual passes for a year. And when she said that, I literally broke into tears. I could not believe it. I kept saying to her, you don't have to do that. I don't need that. We don't need that. We're fine. We can pay for the tickets. She said, but our system now will not allow us to offer annual passes to anyone. It's the only way I can honor what we said we would do. And I just cried and I cried and I cried. It still gets me a little bit emotional because we were stuck like everybody else at home, and we got this special gift from Disney. We got this huge pixie dust for our whole entire family to enjoy for an entire year. Like I said before, they didn't have to. She just said that that's the only way they could do it. And so it was just one of these things that was a miracle coming out of COVID. Our family loved Disney. We scheduled our park tickets after that. We had this whole countdown going on. And when we got to the customer service, sure enough, I gave her the number, and the girl on the screen kind of looked at me like, what are we supposed to do? And I was like, well, she goes, exactly what I told her, what the lady told me on the phone, and this was a number, and she goes, exactly what it said. And so she handed me $2,500 worth of gift cards, and we had comped annual passes. And our annual passes weren't the cheap annual passes. It was the top-notch annual pass with every one of our family had a photo pass and everything. So it was thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars worth of stuff that Disney gave to us. And I think it's just because she saw how long I sat on the phone for the last 5 months with them, and how passionate we were about going to Disney. So it was one of the best moments of my life.
What an amazing thing that was. It was amazing. The feelings that we had back then were so exciting. I mean, it was great. We've never had anything like that happen before. I have a question for y'all. Have you ever been pixie dusted? If you have, leave a comment. I would love to know what happened to you. I mean, this was the ultimate for us. I don't know if this is the norm. Has that happened to anybody out there? Please let us know if that's happened before, because I've never heard of this before. It was crazy. We've done our best to try to pay this forward. We have brought many people to Disney World. We have done many things for many people that we enjoy doing. We love giving things to people. We like bringing people to Disney World, and we have bought annual passes ever since. And we have spent tons of money on merchandise. And so it was, a wonderful experience for us. That first trip, when we went back in August of 2020, that trip was amazing. It was so much fun. Even though we had those restrictions and all the things that were happening, the park was empty. And we bought lightsabers and droids and just had the time of our life. It was an experience we'll never forget. And all we can say is thank you, Disney. Thank you so much for doing that for us and our family. We really appreciate that. Thank you all, and please keep exploring with us. We appreciate your time.